The plane soared through the sky, gliding smoothly through the clouds. Meanwhile, Amara sat comfortably in her spacious first-class seat, gazing out the window. She was returning from a business trip, and this flight was crucial to sealing a deal that could make a significant impact on her career. However, by a twist of fate, this flight would not remain ordinary. It would become a turning point in her life. Amara was a smart, successful, and composed woman. She always made sure to dress neatly, showing respect for others, while keeping her relationships professional. But above all, she valued treating people with dignity and believing in equality. This made her highly respected among her peers. However, today, that respect and grace would be tested. The flight from Istanbul to New York had begun 2 hours earlier, and passengers in first class, wealthy business people, executives, and CEOs, were lounging in comfort. Amara wasn't alone. She was among powerful and influential individuals. Yet, she stood apart. She was proud of what she had achieved, both in her professional and personal life. The plane would remain in the sky for a little while longer before it gently descended toward its destination. A few minutes later, the cabin manager approached Amara's seat. Amara glanced up at the woman, offering a polite smile. The woman paused for a moment, then spoke in a measured tone. "Excuse me, ma'am, we may need to make a change." Amara, looking up at her, noticed a strange expression on the woman's face. Something didn't feel right. "What kind of change are we talking about?" she asked. The cabin manager hesitated before answering. "A white passenger needs a more comfortable seat, and we think yours would be better suited for them." Amara was stunned. At first, she couldn't believe her ears. She blinked and waited for clarification. "Wait, did I hear that right? You want me to move from my seat? Why exactly?" The cabin manager looked uncomfortable. She lowered her voice slightly. "The passenger is an important client of the airline. They travel frequently with us, and we need to prioritize their comfort." Amara, now confused and irritated, stared at the woman, her voice steady yet firm. "Are you telling me that because of some passenger's status I should give up my seat? Does that mean my place isn't worth as much because of how I look?" the cabin manager faltered. "I'm sorry, ma'am. It's just company policy." Amara stood up slowly and walked a few steps toward the flight attendants. She was not going to let this slide. Her calm demeanor didn't hide the burning indignation she felt. This wasn't just about her seat. It was about principle. She had to speak up, not only for herself, but for anyone who had ever been treated this way because of their appearance or background. Amara took out her phone and dialed the customer service number. The call was answered after a few rings. "Hello, how can I assist you?" came the voice on the other end. Amara spoke clearly, her tone calm yet determined. "This is Amara. I'm on the Istanbul to New York flight. I'm sitting in first class, but I've just been asked to move from my seat for another passenger. I need to understand why this is happening." The service representative paused, seemingly surprised. "Let me check on that, ma'am. But just so you know, our company policy sometimes prioritizes certain frequent passengers." Amara's voice grew more resolute. "Policy? Are you telling me that, because a passenger is more frequent or wealthier, I have to move from my seat? I won't accept this. This is discrimination, and it's unacceptable." There was a long pause on the other end of the line. The representative finally replied, I understand, ma'am. Let me escalate this issue to higher management right away. A few minutes later, Amara received a call back from a senior manager. Ma'am, after reviewing the situation, we have decided that we cannot justify the preferential treatment in this case. We are addressing this immediately, the manager said. Amara remained composed, but she wasn't done. So just one seat change, right? She asked. The manager responded, No, ma'am. The entire flight crew has been reassigned. We are taking immediate action to prevent this kind of behavior in the future. We will also be issuing a compensation for the inconvenience. Amara hung up the phone and took a deep breath. In that moment, she realized that this flight had become about more than just herself. It was about standing up for what was right and ensuring that no one would be treated unfairly simply because of their race, status, or appearance. By making that one phone call, she had changed the trajectory of her day, and perhaps even of the entire flight. As the plane began its descent, Amara felt a sense of peace settle over her. It was a peace that came from knowing she had done the right thing, not just for herself, but for everyone else who might one day face the same kind of injustice. She had shown that standing up for yourself wasn't just a right. It was a responsibility. The plane touched down on the tarmac, but Amara's actions had already made an impact. The crew, the airline, and everyone who witnessed this event would carry the lesson with them. There would be no more silent acceptance of discrimination. From that moment on, Amara's calm voice had proven that one person, standing firm in their belief in justice, could make a world of difference.